So don't be fearful to leap out of the military, because good things can happen. Mm-hmm. You can get out the military and still be successful.
Yeah, more successful.
Way more successful. But obviously still using the military, the blueprint and everything that they teach you, so you can be very successful.
This episode is about purpose, momentum, and turning lived experience into impact you can feel. We go from war stories and hard lessons to recruiting, community building, and building platforms that lift people up. This is coming to you live from the Military Influencer Conference in Atlanta, where lives were changed. I can't recommend it enough. And next year in September, it's gonna be in Tampa, Florida, and I truly hope to see you there. First up, we have Dr. JR, the Hood Motivator, McIntyre. He grew up in North Long Beach and learned early how to fight for every inch of progress. He served 14 years in the U.S. Army with 3 combat tours in Iraq, and that leadership under fire shaped everything that came next. After the uniform, he built businesses. When that pandemic forced one to close, he chose transparency over pride. That decision became his message. Get in front of your ugly, face what you fear, and turn your pain into purpose. Today, he's a 7-figure motivational speaker, life and business coach, and author. He runs the Motivator Circle, teaches practical frameworks for execution, and backs it with his credentials, an MBA in project management. His mission is simple: bring hope, healing, and hustle to the communities that need it the most. You can find Dr. JR by searching The Hood Motivator across any social media platform. Links are in the description. And our next guest, Akeem, Fly Recruiter Keem Daily. He's one of Tampa's top Army recruiters and a connector who sees potential before others do. He manages the Hood Motivator and co-hosts the Shake the Room podcast and treats fashion like a language that meets people where they are. He's also the visionary behind Wacky and Hype Kids, a 90s style outdoor game show with modern energy that gives the next generation permission to try, fail, and try again. Discipline, faith, and creativity aren't buzzwords for him. They're the operating system. He serves, he builds, he inspires, and oftentimes he does it all at once. You can find Akeem at Fly Recruiter Keem on any social media platform. Let's talk about the episode and what we're about to get into. The truth about creativity in uniform and how to protect it when the system wants to flatten you out. Culture over scripts, presence over pitches, and why consistency will always beat gimmicks in the long run. The Mick Atlanta moments where rooms turned into relationships and opportunities, losing a business, owning it, and then coming back even stronger with better systems and cleaner values. Kids, schools, and community programs that create real momentum of change. And a platform playbook. We talk about podcasts, short form video, the power of storytelling. This turns your attention into action in your life. And these two gentlemen have nailed that concept beautifully. We don't always pick the right choice.
Right.
And that's why I hope to God they're listening to this.
Right.
Guys, not even joking, this is one of my favorite episodes I have ever recorded. The energy that these two guys had filled my heart and filled my soul. They're incredible people changing the world with storytelling. And I couldn't be more thankful that during the Mick Atlanta, they joined me for one of the best conversations I've ever had. Now, with that being said, let's get after it. What's up, everyone? Josh White here, coming to you from the Mick 2025 in ATL. I'm here with two guys whose energy is undeniable. I saw you on a panel. I almost left. I came back. I circled back. I got some clips of you because I was like, this dude, he's built different.
Right.
The energy, it was just, I could tell that there was something on your heart and on your mind.
Right.
And so I think God put us together.
He did, definitely.
I really do, because like we kind of found each other, you know, through comments on Instagram, like a way that's not really common to find someone.
I got in there. I was like, hey, I need to get on you. I need to get on your podcast.
And I love that you did that, my man. And so as we get started here, I'd love for you guys to introduce yourselves and let the audience know, if they're not familiar with you, who you are and why you're here at MIC 2025.
Definitely. I'll go first. I'm obviously a veteran, combat veteran. Did 13 years in the military, three deployments in Iraq. You know, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a life coach. I'm an author. I'm a father. And I'm an influencer too. So I appreciate you for having us on your podcast too.
Absolutely, man. Where did y'all come in from?
Florida.
That's right. You're down there near in my neck of the woods. I'm in the Destin area.
Yeah.
And you guys are a little farther down south. And it seems like next year we're going to be in your backyard, bro.
Definitely.
How's that going to look?
We can't wait.
Look good.
We're gonna look
I
good.
mean, there's no flying with equipment, driving anywhere. Like, you're going to have everything right there. And I
Right
can't
there.
wait to see. Get creative.
Definitely.
Right.
That's what I love about Mick. Like, in the military, creativity gets stifled.
Right.
I did 20 years. I'm just being honest.
Right.
It sometimes gets stifled. Sometimes you got that really exceptional leader who will encourage it and see the bigger picture.
Right.
But more often than not, it gets stifled. But here at Mick and this team with Recurrent Military, if you have a good idea that makes sense, we just do it.
Let's do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm
Right.
so glad I retired. You'll be right there, my man.
Oh yeah.
And then we got the #1 recruiter right here.
Sure, yes.
We got a legend in the Army, a living legend setting records in a time where our country needs people to step up. And think about this. We joined, when did you join? What year?
2002.
So we joined because of 9/11.
Yep.
I can almost guarantee you that
Yes.
was a reason for,
That was it.
for him. But we don't have, today's airmen and today's troops, soldiers, sailors, a lot of them don't have that. Right. There's no obvious enemy. It's more of a mystery of how this is going to unfold. There's drones, there's AI. We don't really know what that looks like.
Right.
And so it's so much harder to recruit. Back when we were in, recruiters were probably they didn't have to even leave their office. They could just chill in their back office, and we would come to them. I mean, people were lining up to join. But my man, I have to give my hats off to you, because to set that record in a time where there's no clear enemy, that takes talent, man. You have tremendous influence. So you're really in the right place right now. You're at the influencers conference.
Definitely. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, well, for everybody viewing, my name is Sergeant First Class Akeem Daly. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I am the #1 recruiter in Tampa, Florida. I've been recruiting for 2 years now. I've put over 67 people in the Army so far and counseling.
Yeah.
I'm also this young man's manager as well. So we travel, and we do our thing.
Boss talk.
That's amazing, man. I can't imagine being a recruiter and knowing this guy. Like,
It's a lot. It's a lot of work. So, you see my phone keep blowing up.
because he don't stop. Like, how are you keeping up with all this, man? You are a talented young man, I will say. All right, so here's what we're talking about today. Actually, first, pause. Let's hear where your social account is. I like to say it at the start because most people don't listen to the end.
Right.
So let's hear that first.
Right. My social, you can find me on LinkedIn at JR McIntyre, Instagram, The Hood Motivator, THA Hood Motivator, YouTube, The Hood Motivator, and TikTok, The Hood Motivator.
That's awesome, man. I love that name. It's very unique, and you'll never forget it.
Definitely.
I don't have a LinkedIn yet, but after this conference, I'm definitely gonna have a LinkedIn. But you can find me on Instagram and TikTok as the Fly Recruiter Keem. The Fly Recruiter Keem on all socials. That's where you'll find me at.
That's amazing, my man. All right, so that's where you can find these incredible veteran leaders out here changing the game, making the world a better place. And I gotta tell you, it's so important, y'all.
Right.
When I was a young airman, I hit a wall, man. I had no mentor. I was on the flight line for 12-hour shifts in Japan, in Kadena, for a year straight. I was on 12s for a year because this exercise kept getting delayed.
Right.
And I lost my mentor, PCS. I started drinking, and I started drinking more, and I started drinking more, and that became my norm. I get to stateside, I get to Missouri, I almost lose my life. I lost the will to live. Truly, I didn't know people like you existed. My bubble was very small, right? I was isolating, and it wasn't until I got invited out from friends who were relentless and wouldn't give up on me. They invited me out to the movies. I finally said yes. By the way, at this point, I've already been hospitalized. Like, I am not well.
Right.
Go to the movie theater, and guess who I see? It's the woman I'm married to today.
Look at God.
So when I accepted help for 1 second, my whole life changed in that moment.
God sent you your wife.
Yeah, it gives me chills because
I got it right now.
it put me on a whole different path.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Man.
It's a miracle.
Wow.
And since then, a lot of miracles have happened for me.
Right.
When you look for them and you have love in your heart, they will find you.
For sure.
They will find you. But why do I tell that story? Well, first, so you know a little bit about me, because I'm a stranger to you. I want you to know why I do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But also to tell you thank you,
Right.
because if I met someone like you, I probably wouldn't have gotten that low. If I had a mentor like one of you, I would have been fine. You would have set me straight.
Right.
And so thank you for doing this for the veteran community.
No, thank you, because I mean, I tell Keem all the time, the topic is, where do the motivators go get motivated? Where do help go get help, right? So your same story. I was inpatient 77 days, four different suicide ideations. I got PTSD, TBI, been through it. Everybody looking at the exterior saying that he's fine, but you don't know I'm not fine. And where do I go get help? But God said I had to help myself. So in order for me to help anybody, you got to help yourself first. And that's what you did. The first step you did was go out the house. I'm a life coach. You got out the house, and then God blessed you with your wife. Then you start to help yourself, and now you helping us right here. Because you're doing more than, first of all, thank you to HeroFront.
Yeah,
y'all doing
God,
so much. So much for the community. It's dope.
Man.
And I'm giving you your flowers, because I'm giving
you.
chills right now. Nobody gives you your flowers. You're doing this, and you're running around, and you're trying to cultivate and capture stories of all these veterans and active duty people and put it together. Thank you, HeroFront, because there are a lot of heroes that don't even want to say they're heroes because they don't even know if they're heroes or not.
Yeah, damn, dude. Thank you. About to make me cry, man. I don't normally get. This is a comedian back here. He's trying to make me laugh.
Yeah, I see him. Yeah, I see him. Yeah, he was dope on stage last night.
He was.
He's so funny, man.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. I don't usually. I give compliments. I don't usually get them. So hearing that from you, man, it means the world to me.
Nah, it's
Thank
blessings,
you.
brother.
Yeah,
Blessings.
So I want to tell the audience what we're getting into today. Here's what we're getting into. We got 3 topics, and I like topics because it gets you creative thinking. I don't want it to be scripted.
Right.
Right.
I want
of
you
course not.
thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
Put
first
me in the
topic.
booth. Put me in the booth.
I'm putting you in.
Yeah.
Is resilience. I'm a resilience coach.
Okay.
I'm a suicide prevention specialist. So I
Okay.
love that topic. And then we have influence. We're at the Military Influencer
Influencer
Conference. So that's a great one. And then here's what really intrigues me. It's timing.
Timing.
I have a lot to say on timing to you because you're still serving. And so I'm going to make a little note of that because I have some timing stories as well. Although I have no idea where we're going with it.
Yeah.
Let's start with resilience. And I want you to tie that story you touched on into your thoughts on resilience, our first topic.
Okay. So just being resilient, first of all, is just getting up out the bed, right? So a lot of the veterans that get out the military are awesome men and women. They done been through so much, especially the guys that joined in the golden years, 02 to 2010, that fought in these wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and went back-to-back deployments like myself. I did 12-month, I did a 15-month, I did a 13-month tour. So all I knew was war. I didn't know garrison, so I was that type of soldier. So knowing that, hey, you know what, what's next after this? Then understanding, going through all these trials and tribulations and mental health and saying that something is wrong with me. That's the first step, saying something is wrong with me. Then bouncing back and having resilience and saying, you know what I'm going to do next? How can I contribute and give back to this generation, right? The next generation that are following us, that are tapped in to lead the soldiers like this young man, Sergeant First Class Akeem Daly, that is pushing this generation to the next forefront of what we're looking at as technology, right? So being resilient is saying that I need help and standing up and being resilient, and also pushing that down to the younger generation, saying, hey, listen to what I'm saying, do what I'm doing, and now you can go ahead and put that information out there. I let them hit it too.
So, wow. Now I got to follow that up, right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
I got to follow that up. So, resiliency looked like, to me, it's never quitting, right? Cliche, but everybody's story is completely different. So for me, I learned a lot through you guys. So I may not have the same story of wartime or, really rock bottom, but I know what it looks like, so I can identify it. So my trials and tribulations may not be yourself, but I know I can pinpoint it, and I can see someone going through that and be like, hey, listen, I had a mentor that went through this. This is what he did. This is how you should do it. And it actually works that way, because once you be able to identify that you do have a problem because of awareness, then it's easier for you to cope through things. So that's what I see, especially with this generation, because like you said, when you guys were joining before, it was 9/11. So you guys had purpose.
Yeah.
So now with them, they're kind of just lost in the sense. It's like we have so many options that's our way of we're breaking down, because we have too many options. So how do we go through that part?
Too many options.
Too many options.
What do you mean by that?
All right. So when I joined in 2012, right?
Okay.
So for me, it was either go to jail, go to college, or go to the military, right? So that was kind of my option. It was kind of limited. Social media was just getting popping, all that type of stuff. Now with this generation, they can pick up their phone and make $100,000. So now their career path is kind of different and structurally different from how we was raised. I go to these high schools, and a lot of these kids are like, I want to be a scientist. I want to be this. I'm like, damn, I never thought about none of these things when I was in school. It was either I want to play basketball, I want to do this, or whatever the case may be. So their options are so wide open that they become stuck and they get so complacent because it's like, I don't even know which way to go because I can do so many things. So now it's so hard for me to sell you the military because you look at that as like one of your least options.
Can I tell you what you can tell them from my own experience?
For sure.
Is that the military has so much variety. It did show me my purpose because it lets you fill so many different seats and wear so many different hats that by the time you're done with even one tour for some people, you have done so many things. You know what you're good at, you know what you're bad at, and you know what's giving you energy and purpose. You will find that purpose. And it's by eliminating all the things you don't want to do.
Right.
That's value.
Yes.
Right.
Right. When people like complain about, I hate that job, I wasted all my time. Like, it didn't waste your time.
No.
Yeah.
Because now you're never going to do it again. You're never going to look there again.
Right.
It's actually saving you time now.
Right.
Tell them that.
Listen, we're spot on, you know, and especially with this generation too. You know, when you came in, it was all about do 20 years and
I
retire.
follow my dad's footsteps. He had that baby boomer plan, and that's what I did.
So now I don't even lead with that. I'm like, listen, use the military as a stepping stone because the military is going to pour so much good stuff into your cup. By the time after year 3, I mean, you're going to be a changed person. And now you're going to have clarity on what you want to do. You're going to find your purpose. Maybe you don't want to do 20 years. Maybe you just want to do 3, but now you're going to transition and now you're going to be a veteran. You have your college degree. You have money in your pocket. You're set up for life and success because now you know how it feels to be on your own. You know how to follow before you can lead. You know what I mean? So now you found your purpose. Now you have drive.
Yep.
It took me 13 years to understand that, but that's my timing. These kids coming up now, way faster.
Fast.
I know when you see that, doesn't that blow your mind?
Man.
Like, I didn't start trying till I was like 28. I'm not even lying.
Right.
I was coasting,
Yeah.
bro. They call it the gray man.
Yeah.
That's the person who just tries to blend in on the background like an NPC or something.
Yeah.
And so I was just coasting. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
And then I'm just doing this because my dad did it, you know, and I didn't really have my purpose. But these kids now, it starts with like sports.
Right.
I noticed like they get really serious about it, and they're practicing and doing this and that. And I was like, man, I did wrestling, but I wasn't like this into it. Like, what is going on?
You got a trainer. You got all this.
I think that's social media, man.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's part of it.
Well, it's the microwavable generation. They want everything. It's instant gratification. We want everything now. He's an E7. He worked 13 years to get there, but you'll get a soldier that you recruiting and put in. My son, you know what I'm saying? He's about to join in January because he put him in, but he'll see what he has right now and want it right now. No, you got to, no matter what generation we in, you got to put that work in. You got to understand that's what build grit and character. If you don't have character to where you get to, you're going to lose it all anyway because you came in the room without it. You need that foundation. So that generation needs to understand that whatever he doing and whatever he did and whatever I'm doing, I built character. I have lessons behind everything that I have, and I stand on everything I say.
Damn, mic drop. We just cut it right there and we're done. That's everything we need.
We getting turned up.
I'm just letting you cook.
Yeah, let cook. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do.
cook,
man. Yeah. But you talked about your mental health struggles.
Right.
I want to know how a guy like you, who is absolutely killing it, who I can quite literally feel the energy in the room that you were sitting in.
Right.
I can't imagine you any other way.
Right.
What happened to you, man? How did you get to that low, and how did you pull yourself out?
Well, it was several lows, but no matter where I'm at right now, it took a lot for me to get to where I'm at now, the man I am right now. But I needed to go through all that, right? I'm not saying everybody needs to go through trial and tribulations, depression and suicidal thoughts and all these things. I wasn't an alcoholic. I didn't abuse drugs, but I was hurting inside, and I didn't know how to show that pain right there because I was back to back deployments in Iraq, and I wasn't allowed to show, I wasn't allowed to mourn. So my first tour to Iraq was 03, 04. So when I saw a lot of my friends die, Curtis Woon, all these boys that were dying, we wasn't allowed to cry. Our mission was the next day. We did our little flag burials. We doing missions. We continue. So we wasn't allowed to even feel any type of thought of pain or anything. And if you did, they would send you to S3 because that's where they send people to die. all combat soldiers. If you do not want to do what we're doing out here outside the wire, we're going to sit your butt in S3 and you're going to do talk detail. You're going to go do porter potty, clean the shitters. You're going to be on DFAC detail. All these things that was told that, hey, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be known as that. So we was always working towards not to be known as that. We want to go on our missions. We want to let our sergeants know that we here, we game time. And then when I made non-commissioned officer, then it started to click. Hey, how are we treating our mental? Then I start seeing a lot of my guys, Silver Star, Bronze Star, Purple Heart, still alive, back-to-back deployments, getting out. And I'm like, what's going on? These were the baddest guys ever. Yeah. If you let me tell it, these guys were my heroes. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I start seeing them. And then all of a sudden, it's like, it started hitting me. Dark days start to come. And I start to think, and I just started to, things that were making me happy, I would cry. I go to the gym, I can't work out. After every mission, after every death, after every IED explosion, after every troops in contact, we would come back inside the wire and work out. When I no longer wanted to work out, I knew something was wrong with me because that was my coping mechanism. Not knowing I was building a coping mechanism, that was it. So me going through all that mental stability and trying to feel that, okay, what's wrong? And then I finally raised my head and said, sorry, McIntyre, I need help. And then they start hospitalizing me. Putting me into the hospital, dealing with PTSD, TBI, all these things to get me medical retired out like that. And still, when I got out, I still had to go to 3 inpatient hospitals, 77 days, deal with it. Had to deal with it. Had to face it. Do ayahuasca. Go to Costa Rica. Do alkaline therapy. Do the horse therapy. Do mushroom. All these things that was trying to trigger my brain to switch off from combat mode. We carried a weapon 365 days. Where's my weapon now when I wake up? I'm stopped breathing 33 times in my sleep. I got sleep apnea. What is wrong with you? Then me coming back with that, I'm introducing that same trauma to my children. So I was a single parent.
Yeah, that's kind of the stage I'm at now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
it's hard,
It's hard. And I was a single parent. So they didn't have systems in place to help single fathers with their children and relationships. So I would say I want my relationship and I love my kids, but it was hard to even love my kids because I'm struggling with myself. So nobody even taught me how to do that. I had to learn myself. On top of that, what do you do when you get out the military? They say go to school, become an entrepreneur. I became an entrepreneur. I did it really good. Had the #1 security company in Florida, then went bankrupt after COVID. Where's them systems in place? There's no resources for our veterans to say, you know what, go start a business, but take care of your mental first. So when I start talking about it and making it look cool, then that's when a lot of people started to trend and say, I'm standing behind him. He looks like nothing is wrong with him, but something is wrong, but he's talking about it. So that's the first step, is saying something is wrong.
Wow, man. Just like when I accepted that to get out of my house, and I went to see my wife. It's recognizing there's something wrong, which we all know. We just bury it.
Right.
And then having the courage to actually ask for help. It takes a lot, man, because you don't know what's going to happen. It's an unknown.
Right.
And you're not in the best state of mind to be making decisions. Right. So you don't even trust your own judgment.
Right.
That's tough, man. And you hit another thing about love, like the relationship with yourself and how that impacts the relationship with your children.
Right.
This is why I'm back in therapy now. What's up, everyone? Josh White here. And I get asked the exact same question every single week. And that is, Josh, how do I start my own podcast journey? They want to share their story. They want to share the stories of others, but they get caught up on step 1, how to get started. But here's the deal. I'm here for you. We're going to start this journey together. All you have to do is email me at HeroFrontMediaLLC@gmail.com, and I will send you my personalized free guide to get you started. The software, the apps, the editing tools, the tips and tricks, all of it will be yours for absolutely free. On top of that, I'm going to put you in touch with my premier editing team, the same people who make all my intros, who make all my trailers, and help me reach tens of thousands of people, sometimes millions of people, with how insanely engaging these trailers are. I hope to hear from you soon so we can get you started on this podcast journey. And I thought I wouldn't have to. I'm done with the military. I'm good. But no, it's a different struggle. It's a different feeling. And I'm back in therapy now because I realized I started to be frustrated with myself, disappointed in myself. Like, could I be doing better? Should I be working from home? What am I doing? It's this new world, this new life. I just retired, right?
Right.
And I realized the more I hate myself or I'm frustrated with myself, I have that same vibe with my family. Like it transfers over, right? I have to be taking care of me and loving myself to love my family the right way.
Right.
I'm feeling that I'm seeing it now, that I'm home now all the time.
Yes.
And that's so eye-opening, man.
Right.
It's so, you cannot love your family if you don't love yourself.
Right. And that's the first move, is loving yourself. And always, I tell people all the time, I said in the English language, we were taught that no was bad. No is good. Start saying no and say it proudly. I cannot be there for you today. I tell my manager all the time, he knows, and it's hard for me to break it down because I don't want him to equal or lesser value, right? Like, okay, we see you at the top, but you really struggling. So the other day, what I'm saying, I'm hitting the plateau and I'm like, hey, I need certain pieces moved out of my life. Allow me to have this Thursday sergeant's time training for me to just get my mental back. And now he see it to say, you know what, for JR to be his best, he needs to have that Thursday when we don't hit him with a barrage of things.
Yeah.
Because I got to get myself right, because I can't pour into anybody else if I can't pour into myself.
That was amazing, man.
Yes.
That was, I'm feeling like I want to run through a wall and also kind of cry a little bit.
Let's do it.
Because you hit on some tough stuff. I don't even know how you say that without crying, honestly. And it probably took a lot of practice for you, if I'm being honest. I know it did.
Yeah, he works with me a lot.
That's why I'm watching him cook.
That's why I got the
like,
glasses on, because I don't want to be crying.
It makes sense now. That actually I should.
I'm hiding.
Can I steal that?
Yes, that's what I do. People are like, why you think you look cool? I'm like, no, actually I'm hiding behind these because I have a lot of pressure on me right now because this is my time.
Yeah. Your guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I want to move on to topic number 2 here. And this one is close to my heart because of where we're at right now, and that's influence. We're at the Military Influencer Conference, and you want to talk about influence. What better place to do that than here?
A better player. I let him cook. That's
Let's switch it. Let's switch it
up.
back.
Yeah. Let him cook. He been cooking earlier about the same topic. That's why I wrote it down.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't even know that this existed, right? And I am so happy to be here. And it's such an eye-opener for me for knowing that while we have a place for influencers here, for veterans to do all these great things in entrepreneurship, and I'm just sitting back like, dang, it's really possible. This is an amazing event.
It shows you what's possible.
It shows you what's possible. You know what's missing from this event, though?
What's that?
The younger generation.
The active duty members.
Yes.
Yes.
Because when I'm looking around and I'm like, man, this is amazing what the veterans is doing and everything like that. But everybody already got theirs already. The active duty soldiers need to see that this is something that can happen. This is what's waiting for you on the other side. When they say the
100.
grass is not always green on the other side, no, it is. This is it. So don't be fearful to leap out of the military because good things can happen. Back in the day, they always say, oh, if you get out the military, you're going to work at McDonald's. No, them days is over. You can get out the military and still be successful.
Yeah. More successful.
Way more successful. But obviously still using the military, the blueprint and everything that they teach you so you can be very successful. But this influencer conference, this was an eye-opener for me. I learned so much. I'm so excited for Tampa next year because I know we're going to be a part of it. And we have so much that we want to pour into, bring the younger generations in, bring all the TikTokers and the YouTubers and everything, and just really just blow the door wide open and show people like, man, the military, we someone to be feared with too when it comes to business as well. We don't just kick down doors and stuff like that. No, we're business leaders as well.
Hell yeah. I love that. I love that, man.
Yeah.
And this is my first one too. I am working here. I've been at the company for 2 months. But this is also my first one. I knew about it for probably the past 3 years. I've been trying to get on this team, grinding, doing my thing, trying to get on Cortez. He just walked by earlier. Trying to get on his radar, could not do it, right? And then I needed a job. I was in a bad spot. Elon Musk deleted my damn job. I couldn't work at Eglin anymore as a civilian. And I put it out on LinkedIn, and Cortez, I couldn't believe it. I looked at my phone. He's like, I heard you're looking for a job.
Look
And I
at
was
God.
like,
Look how God worked.
I mean, it happened seamlessly. So that's another miracle I was telling you. But now that I am here, I'm so glad you noticed that. Because there's no one that should be here more than them. You know why? It's called transition.
Right.
Yep.
Right? You have, a week of taps.
Right.
Yep.
Teaching you stuff that half of it doesn't even apply to you. The other half you don't quite understand. And yet, how much more would those airmen, soldiers, sailors, guardians get out of transition, and that's the angle I want to pitch to them. If they came here, they would be set to get out. The networking, the connections, the inspiration, the classes that are happening all over, they would be set. That this destroys MEPS. This should be MEPS.
Yes.
Or not MEPS.
A skill bridge, whatever.
A skill bridge.
Yeah. Yep.
This should be, that final chapter in your career before you leave to set you up for a successful transition. I can't imagine a better place than this. And I'm going to do my absolute hardest. So with all the connections I still have in the Air Force since I was just there, I'm going to try my best to get those folks on orders to come here so that they can get that transition experience and they can see what's possible and it open their eyes to what their future might look like.
Right.
Listen, let's do work. Let's do some work. Let's connect. Let's make Tampa next year the biggest convention they have. Let's do it.
Oh my God, let's do it, bro.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
And there's bases there.
You're at McDill.
McDill is right there.
Right there, yeah. And this is why we're here, because at the end of the day, like, even him doing what he's doing right now, the Army needs to see that. I'm tired of people telling these kids, he's not a kid, he's 30, but these people that focus on one thing. That generation and our generation had ADHD. We can focus on it all and make sure that we can complete the mission at the same time that you can get there doing one thing. And we're going to look at what he said this morning. You can be great at one thing, be good at all of them. And I can get there. So he's a full-time recruiter, influencer, managing the #1 motivational speaker in the world and still hitting his numbers. So you telling me that these guys can't come here and make a change and have guys like me keynoting? Because I've been through that, veteran, influencer, out there. Still, I'm still a veteran. I got a Bronze Star in combat. Use me. They should use us as a recruiting tool to get these kids to come inside the military. But know what they're doing? They paid an actor to go bring them numbers, and they lost their numbers, and they betted on the wrong situation where they should bet on guys like us that been in the trenches with these guys that could tell them, hey, why are you getting people, like we always say, I'm not going to tell you how to drive a Mercedes if I never owned one. You're getting people to recruit certain situations, and you've never been there. You've been acting. You've been capping.
Man, I hope they listen to this.
Hopefully they listen.
I hope someone is sitting in the Pentagon like, damn.
Pick it up.
And trust me, there are some smart folks there.
Yeah.
There's people who almost made me the official Air Force podcaster. I was the first supported one, but I was not the official one, and I was this close. People believed in me. Colonels, command chiefs, they tried, but all that litigation and all that red tape, it got knocked down.
Right.
And I was so disappointed because we were so close at making such a huge impact. So we don't always pick the right choice.
Right.
And that's why I hope to God they're listening to this so they can take guys like you who are in the trenches, who have been through it, who can speak from the heart on it. That's where we were going to get their attention.
Right. And use that influence too, because even right now, the wrong information to the wrong kid could send him to jail or die. So why don't we use that same tactic to use the positive information to impact that young man, that young woman to say, hey, you know what? If you don't act now, fear loss, I see your future in the next 5 years. You will end up in a place where you're going to want me back. And now when you want me back, the military don't want you because you got blemishes. That's the message I told my son. Do not go out there in that real world playing with it, because when you play with it, it's going to play with you and you might not like it.
That literally just happened to me. I had a kid who he joined, went to basic training, got kicked out of basic training, came back, and he's like, look, I want to do over. I want to try again. I'm like, all right, I'm all for second tries, right? Life happens. You got to go through stuff, right?
Well, first of all, good on you for doing that, because most people would not give it. They'd say, man, get the hell out of here. But the fact that you're willing to spend that time with him, you didn't give up on him. I mean, just that alone, I'm sorry, I just got to say that right there makes you why you're the best. That right there. But keep going.
So to expand on why I do that is because I was that kid.
Oh, wow.
So I joined at 20 because I was a kid in high school saying, I ain't joining nobody military. That's corny. I ain't doing none of that. I was that kid. I used to make fun of all of this stuff. And then when my back was against the wall, when I got kicked out of college, I had to turn to the military. Because like, all right, I don't have no more options. I tried it my way. I didn't listen to nobody. This is what I got to do. So I failed many, many, many times on my own before I surrendered. I said, okay, God, you got it. Wow. So now when I recruit, I see myself in all of my applicants. In whatever phases of their life, I see myself because I was there. So I believe in second chance, third chance, fourth chance. Everybody's timeline is completely different. But back on the track with the story, got kicked out. So I was like, all right, you got to wait 1 year before I can put you back in. Just do two regulations and stuff like that. In that 1 year frame, kid got locked up. He's still in jail right now.
Oh, that's messed up, man. That's sad.
So he went from having a bonus, getting the job that he wanted, everything on a pedestal, to deciding that he wanted to change his lifestyle in the wrong crowd. He wanted to be something that he's not. He grew up in the suburbs and he wanted to be a gangster. And now he's in jail.
The ego can get you sometimes. That's wild, man. Thank you for sharing that. It's a powerful story. They're not all happy endings.
No, not all.
And
You can't save everybody.
That's the reality. We like to think there's always a happy ending for everyone. It'll work out.
Right.
The stark reality is they're not all happy endings. Some people, I pray for that kid. I truly do, and I've known people like that, and I pray he still finds a way to turn it around. But the odds, not looking good.
Right.
Not looking good for him.
Right.
You could almost map out what the rest of his life's going to look like. Right. Dang, man. But let's go back to one thing to unpack. You mentioned that at one point you gave up and said, God, you got it. You let go and let God, as they say.
There we go.
Right.
What was that moment?
That moment was one day I was sitting in my neighborhood in the projects, to be exact, and I'm watching people in the projects just walking around, and I'm watching generations. So I'm watching what we call the OGs, the old heads, right? And they have kids, and their kids have kids. And I'm just watching the generation. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, if I don't change my circumstance, I'm going to be the next OG to somebody with my kids and my family in the same block, drinking Henny and trying to school people about, yeah, the block is cool and do. And I was like, I'm going to the military. I knew nothing about the Army. I really walked in the recruiting station. I said, listen, I don't care what job. I don't care nothing what you got. I need to go tomorrow.
Wow.
And he was like, man, I've been trying to get you since high school. I was like, yeah, I know. But listen, man,
Dang.
I'm ready.
Was he wondering what the hell happened?
Yeah, cause it's funny because the recruiting station was across the street from my dad's job. So he would see me all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to the military. But that was when I had that come to Jesus moment, my aha moment, right?
Yeah, you saw the future.
I seen it. And I was like, if I don't leave, man, I'm seeing people fighting their baby moms. It's just the same cycle.
We're creatures of habit and cycle. That's
Right.
what we do.
Right.
And
I was
some
like,
of those
I gotta
cycles
go.
are awful.
And you become product of your own environment once you see it a lot.
Yep.
So if you don't, that's why I'm big on on spreading positivity, because we got enough rhetoric, negative rhetoric right now in our society that leads everybody down the wrong. We pick up this phone and there's carnage on this phone. How about making positivity look cool again? How about saying, hey, you know what? Go get an education. Hey, you know what? Let me put you in the military. I believe America need to make sure these kids in the next 10 years, every kid 18 need to do at least 3 to 4 years in the military, just like Korea, just like all these other countries. Let them go see
Israel.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I learned my discipline from Israel, my Krav Maga. So people need to understand they need to get discipline and motivation and put it inside of them. And then if it don't work out after 5 years, then just go be a nobody. But at least we tried. We can take that off our back. Like we carry such a big weight because we lose our youth at an alarming rate. You know, my aha moment was going to jail. And the judge said, okay, you want to go to the Army or you want to stay in here, be a knucklehead? I went to the Army. The Army saved my life. It took me from one war of gangbanging in California to another war. But guess what? I got benefits from that war. I'm good. I got my doctor's degree, my master's degree, a GI Bill. I got my BA loan. I got my house. You know what I'm saying? All these situations that the hood ain't going to give you. And that's what they don't want to hear. And that's why you don't want to put me on the stage, because at the end of the day, I'm going to give you the reflection of my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I got a speech that's called Get in Front of Your Ugly. And that's what these kids need to hear. If you do not react right now and listen to recruiters like this, I know where you're going to end up in the next 5 years. Don't call me, because I tried to help you.
Dang, man, that gave me chills, bro. I felt that, man. And I was a troubled youth myself. I was that guy in the suburbs trying to be something I wasn't. I know I don't seem like the type, but I was in Southern Maryland, and we just graduated high school. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've never said this before on any episode. I was almost trying to sabotage myself on purpose. If I'm being honest, I was so scared of leaving home, of trying something like the military, something greater than myself. I'm a 4th generation airman. Heroes are in my family, right? I can't live up to that.
Right.
I subconsciously was terrified to even try, and I tried to sabotage it on purpose. I tried to fuck it up on purpose. Thank God, like you had a second chance. I had something very similar where I was able to join the military, but I was that close to ruining my entire life.
That's imposter syndrome. You know, that's crazy that you said it, because that was my moment of becoming a motivational speaker. I couldn't hold up to what my grandfather, and my father's a bishop. He's a speaker since I was 9 years old. My grandfather's, I didn't want to be a motivational speaker because I didn't want to preach. But God said, that's what your dad, like fathers give their sons basketballs and footballs and baseball. My dad gave me the ability to speak and have a voice, and God anointed me, and now it's game time.
I feel like as humans, we all do that. Once it's time to get to that next level, we always kind of take a step back and we don't believe in ourselves for a moment. Some take longer than others, right? But we all have that time where we're just saying like, you know, I can't do that. So before I even try to do that, I'm gonna just chill right here. I'm gonna fuck up my own shit. I don't care, whatever. You have that kind of mentality, and everybody like, what's wrong with you? I'm just trying to help you out. Nah, I don't need your help. We always have that guard up, but it always takes something crazy to happen, or it takes the right messenger to come across your life. Because it's never the message is always the same, but it's the messenger who comes to your life and says something that you're gonna like, damn, you right. Funny story, I joined at 20. My dad was trying to get me to join the military since I was 17, and I was like, fuck no, never gonna happen. So what he started doing was finding my influencers, the people that I look up to the most, which was my brother-in-law. Coolest dude. He joined in the Navy, right? So what he did was use the message through my brother-in-law. So then my brother-in-law started taking me to the Navy base, started showing me that we play basketball, we get fly, to all the things that I love. He showed me that the military had, and that's what made me raise my hand. Same message,
Influence.
different messenger, influence.
Dang.
Look at that.
We could bring that fire here too.
Come on,
we could bring like potential recruits here.
Yeah.
So you could have them swear in here.
Let me tell you
That's-
something.
it would be
Imagine
a
if you
whole
started
red
your
carpet.
career here.
Come on.
Let me tell you something. On our podcast, what I do is I bring my applicants that are about to go to basic training, and I let them tell their story. And then when they come back from basic training, I let them tell their story.
Dude, you're a genius.
Yeah.
You're my
Because they
God.
want content. You want
You're
the
a
clips.
genius,
Yeah.
my friend. That
Yeah.
is the coolest concept I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to go viral, right?
Yeah.
You want the clips. You want to look at that.
You really are the best recruiter. Oh my God. You're so creative, man.
Yeah.
That blows me away that
Definitely.
you even thought of that. And now you're like giving them like, well, I can't be myself, because a lot of them, they don't want to lose their identity.
Exactly.
That's the difference too. I've noticed with the younger folks, they don't want to lose that me, like what makes me unique, and I'm online and I don't want to lose that. And so you've shown them right out the gate they could have both.
Yeah.
That's dang, dude.
My biggest thing that I do, I know you're going to switch over to another question, is the military is big on, hey, you need to have a military account and da-da-da-da-da. But I try to tell people that stuff doesn't work. All you're doing is recycling the same post. Join the military, 150 jobs, blah, 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 blah.
I see them. I have friends still that do that, and I'm like, come on, man.
It's
what
not
are you
going to
doing?
work. So what I do, and I know it's taboo, but I don't care. What I do is you're going to follow my personal page, and you're going to see what I'm doing on a daily basis. You're going to see that my lifestyle is no different from yours. The stuff that you want, I have it. I'm not capping. You want cars? You want houses? I do it. I do real estate on the side. I manage him. I do a bunch
Wow,
of things
man.
that you want to do. You want to get to this bag? Let me show you. But I'm not lying. This is what I do for real. So follow my personal page.
Wow.
Show you that you can still
Tap
be
in.
you.
With the way you think, both of you, I mean, you obviously, I know you a little better. I'm kind of just now meeting you. I know being a rich and a millionaire is not like probably your goal. You probably follow your heart more. But as creative as you are, I really think you're gonna go super far, man.
Thank you.
I'm
appreciate that.
really getting that vibe from you, man. You think different, and that is such a gift. So keep going with that, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, last topic here, timing. And I want to see where you're going with this, man. So I'm gonna let you run it first.
Okay. We always talk about timing, right? And being in the right rooms. That's what I talk about, being in the right rooms. People always ask me, Jared, like, how much money you need to support your dream? Just put me in the right rooms, right? And always, you know what I'm saying? People always, we was taught in the military, think 2 ranks ahead. So my business model is always putting my best foot forward, projecting where I'm supposed to be at in the right timing. right? So God would align divine timing with your divine assignment. And my assignment was already divine. Now it just took timing. Now I'm sitting on a podcast with HeroFront because I jumped in your link in your comments and said, hey, I want to do that. So now I'm telling everybody I want to do that, and it's happening because I'm speaking that life into that situation and saying, hey, you know what? It's an affirmation for me. I'm letting the Mick know, hey, I will keynote next year in Tampa. I will be the guy that the people will come to see. This is my manager, #1 recruiter. So that's the timing that you have to be on. I was running this gauntlet for a long time. He just became my manager a year ago. So I've been doing this, and God said, you know what? Just keep doing it. It's past performance. Don't stop. Don't stop. And I'm on the verge. And you know what I'm saying? I told him this morning, I said, I got a speech already tailored for next year, because when I came here this year, I was already doubting don't come. Because I got to go to UConn School of Business for entrepreneurship, for boot camp for veterans in Connecticut on Friday. But God was like, come, divine timing, come. Now everything is coming. My cameraman is here. Everybody's here. And now everybody's feeling that energy. Now we're getting tired of the same rhetoric. We need some new rhetoric. And here it's here right now. We need to show the generation that's coming, that we're promoting to, this is what it looks like right here. That's the timing I'm on.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
That's good. And the timing, I gotta say, you are doing some divine stuff, man, because I'm insanely busy here.
Yeah.
I've said, you know what, let me just glance. I occasionally will glance at comments to make sure nothing wild is happening. So I said, you know what, I'm about to go to bed. Let me just check. And I just saw your comment. That's all I saw. And I was like, that's bold. I respect that you were, you know, going after what you want.
That's part of our business model.
That caught my attention. And so I wrote you back. Then I look into it, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, we get that all the time.
I'm like, this guy's blowing my mind right now. Like, who is this guy? This is amazing.
Yeah.
And so, my man, it was divine. And, you know, I believe in that too. And ever since I changed my life, ever since I accepted help that day, and I started dreaming, I started making goals, I started believing in myself. When I look back now to my life, when I pivoted and I made that shift in my mental, everything I ever wanted, I've gotten.
Yeah.
Swear to God. I even wanted one son, one daughter. Guess what? I got
You got it.
Even down to my children.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's the power of the tongue.
Yep. I just about to say that.
The power of the tongue, waking up saying, that is mine.
Writing stuff down. Man, we went to the Steve Harvey camp. He spoke at the Steve Harvey camp. What was it? June. Over 250 young men.
Oh, wow.
And Steve Harvey always said, listen, I'm going to challenge you to write 400 things that you want. Ever since I start doing that challenge, I just be checking stuff off my list.
Dang, man, that's awesome. I want to go to this place.
Yeah,
Listen,
definitely.
I want to go.
It's here in Georgia. He throw a camp for underprivileged boys that don't have no fathers. Bring them to his camp. Been doing it for 20 years. Shout out to Steve Harvey and his
so
wife.
special, man.
Lord, you know what I'm saying? And he does it. And what's crazy was when we met a year ago at a conference, he told me he was doing that. And I said, I want to do it. And he said, I got you. And I kept saying, hey, I want to do it. And all of a sudden my number got called. But guess how it got called? He was like, hey, I couldn't get you on the flyer and all these situations that the speaker is supposed to have, but I need you to come and in bed with these young men. So I'm sleeping with them on cots in the gym, going through, making sure they do the bathroom, being like a drill sergeant like he was.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden my
Yeah.
number got called on the third day. You ready to speak? You got a speech? Because you got to stay ready. So I was always ready. So when I got called, I went on there and shook the room. And they looked at me and they was like, oh, this is the guy you was talking about? Yes, he needs to be in front of these boys because he is them. But I had to go. I had to wait my time.
Yeah. You have to go through some stuff.
You got to.
You have to. The success that I'm having now, if I got all of this when I was younger, I'd have fucked it up.
Wow.
If you give me $1 million now, I'm great. If you gave me $1 million when I was 21, I'll be broke.
It probably would have ruined your
It
life.
would have ruined my life.
Money has the potential to ruin your life,
It can
too.
do two things.
You have to go through stuff. You have to go through adversity. You got to be able to see some things, know how to pivot. So when your time is called, you're ready.
That's wild, man. That is I'm fixing to write all sorts of stuff.
Let's
down.
do it. Let's do it.
400 things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that exercise.
Try it.
I'm not even joking.
Try it.
I'm going to do that because I've shown myself it does work.
Yeah.
And that's going to even help it even more. What I wanted to tell you about timing, this is way less epic than what you're saying. So now I almost don't want to. Remember earlier, I was like, I got something for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be let down now because y'all are just killing it.
Never.
But no, timing with the military is tremendous.
Right.
It is tremendous. It's timing with the things they want and timing by avoiding the things they don't want.
Right.
You can make a mistake today and no one will bat an eye, but that mistake could come taboo in our culture. And you can make that same mistake 5 years later. Now you're getting an Article 15, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the only places on earth that concept exists.
Right.
It does.
Right? Promotions. I remember one time I was trying to make Master Sergeant. I couldn't. I've retired as one, but it was a moving target, man. It was
Yeah.
a moving target. And it's all about timing in the military. And I remember one year they said it's all about your degree, it's about your education. And then
They flipped it on
they
you.
flipped it. They said we don't give a damn about your degree. I was like, what?
PT score. What you shot?
Now
Yeah.
it was PT scores. Now it's how fast you can run. Like,
Yeah.
and now you're shooting. It's a moving target. But what I wanted to tell you, and you probably already know, but for any like young, people joining in the military listening, the time I want them to pay attention to that because it's important.
Right.
It could make or break your whole entire career.
Right.
Looking ahead at what that organization values and make sure that those things are on your annual report.
Right.
And avoiding like the plague the things that they're telling you not to do because it changes all the
Right.
time.
Yes.
Right now in the Air Force, it's social media. They hate it. They don't want nothing to do with it. They don't want any airmen on there talking about nothing. That they've shifted their stance, right? So right now would not be a good time for someone like me. That's why I retired, if I'm being honest. I
Right.
never planned on retiring that quick. But after I saw the writing on the wall, because I pay attention to the culture, I said, I'm going to become, the golden child to enemy number one. This is my time to leave. I know my purpose. I'm going to evolve and I'm going to bounce. And I started succeeding in my career by looking at what they valued and making damn sure that my annual report listed all those things. I don't value it.
Right.
They do, and I made sure it was on that report.
Right.
I think if I knew that when I was younger, I would have not been banging my head through the wall trying to promote, competing with my buddies. They whipped my ass. But I would have done a lot better had I known that.
It's crazy. The one thing that I'm going to say when it comes to timing, promotion. A lot of people run from it, right? A lot of people run from responsibility because they think, hey, if I get promoted, I'm going to do all this crazy stuff. But it goes back to preparing, timing, and everything else that God has aligned for you. I made sergeant in 2.5 years. I was not ready to be a sergeant. I just joined the military, and now I'm a sergeant.
Dude, that's wild,
Yes.
bro. I think I made sergeant. It took me a little while. I'm not gonna lie, probably 6 years, bro. I know that's a long ass time.
Yeah,
I
that's
made it in three, 4 years.
but I was at that point
yeah.
ready for it.
See, I wasn't ready. I had to get ready. I had to take the position and then get ready for the responsibilities of it, right? But I say this to say, God also have a way to slow you down, because now I got cocky and I start feeling myself. Yeah, 2 years, E5, 7 and 7. God said, nah, you need to sit right here and now develop.
100.
You're
What
not-
was the moment that knocked you down a peg?
When I failed the board,
Oh wow,
I failed the board twice.
no kidding.
And I'm talking about I was a board baby. But you know what happened? People have a sense to kind of know, like, he a little cocky shit.
Yes, they do.
We gonna humble him a little bit.
Yes.
So I had to sit in that for a couple years, and then I made 6. And the day I made 6, I was crying because I said I worked so hard for this rank, and now I finally understand. I don't take none of this for granted anymore. Before it was just a paycheck for me. Now I understand what it means to put my blood, sweat, and tears into something that I love, that I got passion for. And now I finally received what I earned.
And look how amazing of a leader it's made you. Right? You earned it.
Earned.
You earned it. You went through the good times and then you went through the hard times. And you made it out on the other side.
So when people have success, especially now, you're gonna have your haters. I have my haters of being a #1 recruiter all the time. They find ways to drag me down.
Trying to meddle.
Yeah, you're using social media. Yes, I am supposed to use social media to get people. How else? You think I'm gonna knock on doors? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not handing out flyers.
Yeah.
Right? So they always try to find ways to knock you down. You're always gonna have haters. But if you ain't having haters, that means you ain't successful. That means you ain't doing something right. I'm supposed to rather your feathers. I'm supposed to do that.
Yes.
But guess what? I'm not gonna fear it either. I'm not going to run away from it. I'm not going to get out because times are changing. somebody got to be the pioneer of this shit.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that mantle. And when I come in, I negotiate everything. So now you want my production? This is what I want. So I tell my battalion, I'm like, you want 24 contracts, 30? I'm only supposed to give you 11 for the year. But I'll give you 35, but this is what's going to happen. I'm not wearing uniform. I'm not working Fridays and Thursdays. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm doing, this is what I need to do to be successful. Leave me alone.
Did that work?
That's why I'm right here at Mick.
Hell yeah.
Yep. That's it.
what I'm
Talking
saying.
If you
boss
can
talk.
make the military see it your way, that's hard to pull off, my man. It's
Right.
hard, and you did it.
But what they say is humans lie, but numbers don't.
Numbers
so he
don't.
make his numbers. So what you gonna do? You gonna take away your star player because of a regulation, right? Back in the
Yeah.
day, they would. They'd
Yeah.
shut it down. But in my day, you get an Article 15 for hopping on WhatsApp. You know, Korean. Seriously, I remember talking to people. I'm like, man, listen, y'all. I don't. But
Timing.
I saw
Timing, yeah.
and I saw the future, right? So I'm like, you know what? I need to get out of here. So when I medical retired, I was happy. I was good.
Yeah.
But you know, hearing his story and mine and then yours it's all different. But we all made it to the same place today
Right.
at the timing. We were supposed to meet.
100, absolutely.
Gave me
It's divine
chills.
inter-
We're supposed to.
This is just the beginning of something
Big.
bigger that we don't even know yet,
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
coming.
Oh, let's continue to go
let's-
crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is
yeah,
good.
Definitely.
Listen, man, this is great.
Yeah,
This
and-
is great.
And to
Yeah,
the
man.
audience too, they got to know too that this is like people cap a lot, right? Like so, there's no capping what HeroFront is doing. There's no capping what Fly Recruiter Akeem, Sorry First Class Daily is doing. We really love being in this space and what we doing. And Military Influencer Conference got to go get these people that really love. We're not doing it for the numbers. We're doing it because we're passionate about it. And before I get off this mic, I want to pour into you. I'm a life coach, so
Oh
listen
my
to
God,
this.
don't make me cry though.
You got to understand that it's your time now.
You think so?
It's
Oh,
your,
yeah.
no. I'm talking to you. Receive it.
Okay.
Hold your cup up like this.
All right. I'm holding it
I'm
up.
about to pour into you.
Okay.
God told me to do this for you, right?
Okay.
It's your time. I'm proud of you. You're here for a reason. Stop doubting yourself when you get up every morning. Stop doubting yourself saying, you know what? I don't know if they ready. The world is ready. Stop sitting on your old content. Push it out. The world needs to see your vision. You are a visionary. And if nobody aligns with your vision, remove them from your vision. You are him. You're Aristotle. You're Disney. You're Elon Musk of what you're doing right now. If I wasn't doing what I was doing right now, I don't know where I would be at. You breathe this. Your kids need you. Stop shying away from it. Start saying no. It's okay. And I love you and I'm proud of you. And do not stop. And let's continue. I see you at the finish line where Mick is in 2026 in Tampa. We will be there. I will be a keynote. He will be an influencer. You'll be the #1 podcaster. And let's do it together. And that's my love to you. And I got to give that to you before I get off the air. Don't take it from nobody else. If they're not pouring into your cup, giving you the right substance, pour that crap out. Don't drink it. You got people out here pouring the wrong rhetoric, wrong negativity, and everything. You expect for me to drink that? You're going to take that mess and take it back home to your family, and they're going to self-destruct. You might be strong enough for it, but your family not. Your family needs you. And we love you. And HeroFront, thank you for allowing us, me and him, to be on here. That's why I wanted him to sit with me. It's not about me. I didn't make it here alone. We got to understand that it takes a certain type of person like us to say, you know what? Let me give you your flowers. It doesn't take for you to have taps and then to die. I'm going to give it to you right now. We care for you. And if you need to pick up the phone and you call me. Let's talk about it. And that's offline. That's from me to you because I do this. We coming. I love you, brother.
I love you, brother. Wow, man. No one is. I'm always the one doing that. For you to do that for me, I don't think I'll ever forget that, man. I'm probably gonna watch that every morning.
Let's do it.
Nah, that's good. I want to share one story real quick,
Yeah.
2 seconds, on why I love being a recruiter and why I love what I do. I had this one recruit. I'm not going to say her name. This applicant, but she's a soldier now. She was homeless.
Oh wow.
She lost everything. She wanted to join the band, the Army band, and she couldn't cut it. She didn't make the Army band. The recruiter for the Army band didn't even have the decency to call her and tell her that she didn't make it. He wanted to send her an email.
Wow.
But they called me and he's like, yeah, she didn't make it. I'm gonna send her an email in like 2 weeks. I was like, an email? I was like, why don't you call her, let her know what she need to work on, da da da. He's like, yeah, I'll just send her an email. So I had to do it because I feel like that's That's inhumane. Why are we doing stuff like that? Why are we degrading people that way? So I called her. She scored a 95 on the ASVAB. And I said, hey, I said, listen, I know band is what you thought you wanted to do. I really feel like you need to go into the intel space.
Because she has that brain power.
Because you have I said, you have a gift. I said, the Army's already the 1%, right? Military. But you are part of the 1%. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So what I said is, look into intel. While she was looking at it, she got homeless. She lost her apartment. She had nowhere to stay. I found a shelter for her so she can stay. I got this soldier a $50,000 bonus with intel job, and she joined the military. So she went from homeless to getting $50,000 with a job that's going to make her 6 figures when she retires or if she wants to get out. That is why I do it.
Brother, you're truly built different. You have a heart of gold, and
Thank
you
you.
worked your ass off to get that heart of gold. It wasn't handed to you.
No, I had to go through some stuff,
You
man.
had to
I
go through it.
Like you said, I had to face my ugly, man. I had to grow up. And I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it, because
Yeah.
if you talk to my parents, they just be like, man.
Because you described a miracle. How could it not give you chills? Now I know why you wear the sunglasses. I'm trying real hard to just keep this straight face right now.
Yeah, definitely.
My man, and I don't know if this is possible, but what if you brought that person to the next Mick? I'm just saying, what if to
Listen.
give that story, to get an update, to see how she's doing?
That's too easy.
Try it.
All of my applicants still talk to me. Basic training, they are wherever, they call me. That's how you know you got a good recruiter. If you calling me at basic training in AIT at your first duty station, you don't think that's impact?
That's impact, my man. And I had an amazing recruiter, Zenaida Long was her name. And after I retired, I found her and said, look, this is all you. Like you gave me that chance. And I told you I was in trouble, right? She helped me out with that. It was a sticky situation. And she helped me get through that. And she busted her ass to make sure I got a chance in the Air Force.
Impact.
And here's the part where I wanted to tell her thank you. I went my whole childhood hearing all the cool shit my dad did. A poor kid out of West Virginia, joins the Air Force, travels the world, and becomes a commander. Something no one in my family's ever done. And what he led to that was him being a 12 Outstanding Airman of the Year. That award changed his life, and it was his most proud story, and I loved it. It was like his superhero story. And flash forward to before the end of my career, after my Honor Guard tour, which there's a whole story in itself. I should come on y'all's podcast and talk about that. I'm proud to tell you I was the 12 Outstanding Airman of the Year.
Look at God, man.
And my dad was my guest of honor.
Look, wow.
Look at that.
Look at God, man.
And that's the stories the world need to hear.
My man, if that's not a miracle,
a
I don't
miracle.
know what is.
Right.
Because I had zero hope. I did not have the will to live. To think that I could be sitting next to my dad winning that award.
Timing.
Time and again.
Unbelievable,
Timing.
man. So I just wanted to end it with that.
Yes. Wow.
Damn, dude, y'all are amazing. I love you. I would do anything for you guys. I feel like I know you better than most of my good friends at this point.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for listening so much to the very, very end. We hit on resilience. We hit on, of course, influence. And then we hit on timing. And I got to say, I'm feeling so uplifted. I got love in my heart. And it's allowed me to kind of love myself more. I think I just feel more open to love right now. Like I feel more comfortable and at peace with myself after hearing all the amazing things you said. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for coming on this special Mick podcast and sharing these stories that are going to change people's lives and ultimately change this world for the better. So
Let's
thank
do
you.
it, baby.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for having
Hey,
us.
thank you, Mick. Hey, listen, Mick. We you hear us right here. I'm ready for a keynote. Put me on the stage. I will put the immortality to the test.
Brother,
Hey,
after this podcast, how could they say no?
Mick, we here.
We here, Mick.
Tampa's coming to our city.
Come on.
We got to be a part of that.
We got to.
We got to work.
Yeah.
All of us together. We
Yes.
got to bring the influencer out. We got to bring the younger generation out. We're going to make this fun. We're going to make this a Mick that they can't forget. So let's do it. We don't just talk. We shake the room.
And we're out.
Boom.